Hey y'all, just a quick reminder, we aren't professionals. This content is strictly our opinion and it's for entertainment purposes only. So, I made myself a nice coffee and now I'm wired, which is good. I needed that.
I should have gotten us some coffee. I just got some water. Wow.
Oh my God. So today, first of all, hello. Welcome to the safe place. To this safe space. How's life, ladies? How's this week going? Because I feel like this week has been for me. Like, is this still 2025?
Yep, we
I
still
feel
there.
like this would be December already. And how's it going for y'all?
Doing good, I'd say.
Yeah, not too bad, but I feel like there's been some hiccups on the road, so that's fun.
So little hiccups. I'm not even gonna, not even this week, like just this day. So I hardly go out. I'm full on turning into a hermit. I don't know how people do it. You witchy, I'm looking at you. How just people go on with their lives and are able to get up and go to work and just do normal shit, right? Because it seems like the moment I step out of this house, like right now I'm in my safe bubble. This is my safe. It's safe. It's my comfort. But I am feeling so much. I can't. But not only that, the last two times that I have actually physically gone out into the world, like some crazy stuff has happened to me.
Yep.
Like, and I'm thinking, really? Like, I guess the universe doesn't want me to go out, right? Last time I had to drive clear across town, like it was super far. It literally takes me like almost an hour to get there. And oh my God, it felt like the longest ride ever. I had people, God, there was this one person who was driving in front of me super slow. And I'm like, okay, we're on a two-way street. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna pass him. What does this lovely person do? As soon as I try to pass him, he revs the engine and he like steps on it. Basically, he's not letting me pass.
Yep.
And then okay, I was just
Same
like, you know
day.
what, whatever, universe, don't test me, it's fine. I'm gonna take the high road. I'm not gonna pay attention to that stupidity, right? And then there was another. It was on traffic. It was on the highway, and I don't know if there was it was just a lot of traffic, and
Mm-hmm.
it was construction, and this one guy. I mean, it was just bad. This is like the
Yeah,
last
it
time I
really
went out.
was. And at first we
Hmm.
thought there was construction, but there wasn't a crew or anything.
No,
Oh,
yeah, it was
so,
weird.
Yeah,
um, like a phantom traffic thing.
basically.
Yeah. So then that happened a couple of days ago, and I was just like, "This is why I don't go out," and blah blah. I was just full on like ranting. So that was a couple of days ago, and then today, Noodles was doing a favor to her cousin, and she invited me to go with her. And I don't know why. I just feel more comfortable. I don't know if this is a mom thing. I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure it
I just,
is.
I just feel more comfortable. Like if I'm good, like I like to drive, and I like to drive on my pickup, my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And so she even said, like, "Oh, mom, like, because it was for you, right? It was a job for you."
Yeah, I was supposed to be the one to drive, but as mom stated, she wanted to drive, and so I mean, it's no skin off my back. I don't care either way, but yeah.
So anyway, so we went to go because we had to go pick up my niece's two kids from school.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have been to the school before, but this school, it used to be a store,
Mm-hmm.
but they turned it into a school. Okay, so it has a huge parking lot. Now keep in mind, as we're driving there, I I'm going through this like little existential life crisis, and I'm talking to Noodles about it. I'm saying like, "Oh my God," like, and I even said to her like, "I'm not even going to talk about this on the podcast, but I'm talking about it in the podcast."
It's because it's
But
a lot, honestly. It's
it is.
uh
So my little existential crisis is okay, so I've been going down the rabbit hole of we live in a simulation. Okay, like the more and more that the days go by, like I'm like, yes, I'm convinced this is definitely a simulation.
Welcome to the
So I'm in
club.
the stage where like it's a simulation, but now I kind of want to know, well, okay, I want more answers. Like that's I'm not happy just there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way my brain works, I think of a million and one scenarios and I overthink it and then I go through the whole scientific notion and then the spiritual notion. Like it's just a shit show up there.
Mm.
But so I'm telling her about all this as we're driving there. And one of the things, because I go a mile a minute, honestly, I don't know how you keep up with me, noodles.
Sometimes I don't.
Um, Years of practice probably for both of you. But I'm like going off a mile a minute, and I'm telling her like, is this a simulation? It could be this, it could be that, blah blah. Like, so I'm just going off.
Mm-hmm.
And we park. As we get there, we get there pretty early. By the way, I was gonna make myself this iced delicious coffee.
Okay, you know what? By this point, you should know me better than that, because I would like to point out that it's actually Musica's fault because she liked to be early. Yes, because you would love to be early anywhere and everywhere we went. So I just got used to that. And now I like being early to everything.
And I'm the completely opposite. I blame your dad that you guys got that from, which is a
Okay,
really good
well,
trait.
if anyone's to be blamed, it should be you and Dad because, like, you both always drilled it in me that I had to arrive early because if not, then I'm gonna be late. It's gonna be counted against me. I got to redo my schedule over again, and ever since then, like even like for everything and everything, like you guys always told me have to be there at least like 15 to like 20, almost 30 minutes early. And I remember in my head like, why? And I just got so used to it that I just did it. And I was like, okay, fine, I gotta be there like 15, 20 minutes early now.
Okay, so I'm of the school of do as I say, not as I do, because I'm always late.
Yep.
Like I am your typical Hispanic person
It's
who
honestly
you
got to
tell
the
me a party's
point.
at 6 and I'll get there at 8.
I'm just here like, why are we late? It's already time to go. And I'll tell you, I think I've given up now though, but before I would
Yeah.
tell you all the time, like, hey, I think we should be heading out. And you're like, it's still early. Early
Okay,
my
so with
butt.
that said, the place where I know that the school is, like I know it takes maybe about 20 minutes to get there. And so I'm thinking I've got time to make myself my iced coffee and we can take off. But Noodles is like, oh no, we gotta go. You don't have time. And I'm like, damn it, okay. We leave the house at 12. Mind you, I just said it takes us 20 minutes to get there. She don't need to be picked up until 12:50. And then I'm driving there. I'm like, oh my god, I could have had time. Like anyway,
No, you
so when
didn't.
we get there, it's this huge parking lot, and there's cars parked because obviously school is going on. But there's also they're all parked like halfway to the building and to the back, right? So like the half to the back is like almost empty. Huge parking lot. Again, this used to be I don't even know what store it used to be. I think it used to be like a Hobby Lobby or something. So that's how big, when you drive by a Hobby Lobby, it's this huge building with this
Yep.
huge parking. She says, "Well, it's gonna be on the right." And I'm like, "Okay, well." And so I said, "You know what? I'm just gonna park here." I pick a spot at like the end of an aisle. There's no car, like there's a huge space around us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we continue talking about because we're waiting, for the time to arrive. And so we're talking, and I'm telling Noodles like again about this, continue with the simulation theory. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's like because I'm telling her like there's for me there's more proof that it is a simulation than it's not. And then I said I'll give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. Look at the example of has this ever happened where you go somewhere, you go to eat to a place, and it's empty, and you're like the only customer there, but like as soon as you arrive like within a couple of minutes, maybe 5, 10 minutes, if people start arriving. Like, has that ever happened to you, Richie?
Yes, honestly, yeah, a couple
Okay.
times. Mostly
And so I was
funny
telling her that
stuff.
that's what a lot of people say in the simulation theory groups. they think they're saying like that's proof. Like think about it when you're playing a game, and anybody who has ever played a Sims game, that's exactly what happens in the Sims. So like NPCs arrive, whatever. As I'm talking, as we're saying this, a car comes up and parks directly in front of us. And me and Noodles are like, really? Like, bro, there's this huge parking lot.
Like, we're
Huge.
basically in the back, like, where no one wants to park because it's a long walk, you know? That
Yeah.
no, they decided that that's where they needed to park, right in front of us.
And as we're saying that, guess what? Another car. Another car shows up and parks right next to me. So like picture this big empty parking lot and you're parked like literally like off to the middle of nowhere and then all of a sudden like the car gets surrounded by cars. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh, okay. The universe is trying to tell me something. And I'm being negative about it. And so Noodles is like, well, you've always taught us about positivity and love and rainbows, and I'm sitting there like, no, no, no.
Like she's
You're
she's
basically like some people who are like, I don't care.
Yeah.
yes, she was being a stonewall, not wanting to listen to me.
So then we see that like the time is approaching, and we're like, okay, it's. And I said, you know what? Okay, I think it's over there. I'm gonna get out of here. This parking lot in this school, by the way, is, hmm, it's not designed well.
It's not.
It is just not designed well. Like you go one way, they don't have exit. It's just weird. So I get out of the parking lot, and I'm driving like towards the school, and there's no exit. Like this, I'm like, oh my god, I have to do a U-turn. So I do a U-turn, and they have cones in the middle of this little the parking lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a big truck. Texas go big or go home. So big trucks here. So I have this huge truck, and so I do my U-turn, and I start driving. And obviously you're in a parking lot, you can't drive fast. I'm doing the U-turn. I start driving towards the back where I need to go. This this lady, I kid you not, pulls up right in front of me, probably about what 10, 15 feet away from me,
About
as I'm driving down this road, and just parks right there, like in
right
front of
in
me.
front of us.
And there's no way, like, there's cones on one side and there's cars on the other side. And I'm like,
Like,
and me at first I thought, oh, she's doing a U-turn too,
mm-hmm.
because you can't, she saw that there's no exit. No, bitch parks and gets off. Mind you, that was not even parking spaces.
Yeah, where she parked, it was a fucking, like, for us to drive in. And she decided to park there.
Oh my God, when I tell you that I was super close to like, I am gonna ram my truck into her vehicle. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, I was like, oh my god, spirit guide hold me back.
I honestly thought you were for a minute, too. I got scared, and
I
the first thing that
really
came through my
was.
head were like, the kids, they're not gonna have a ride. That was
Yeah.
the first thing that came into my head. I was just like, oh no.
I
Honestly, like
really,
a couple times with me, because like, oh my god, I tell you, this whole week I've had stupid drivers this whole time, and my whole thing is that like I could just hit them, go into base, and just never see them again, unless I live
yeah.
on base. Yes, I'd be screwed. Other than that, I'm pretty sure more than like likely that's like a very low percentage for me. That's like a 0.10% chance of it ever happening.
That's true. But see,
God
oh my
damn.
god. It's bad there, y'all. I don't know what the hell is happening. And then Noodles turns around, like on the way home, because of course I had to come down because we're about to, pick up my little niece, my niece's daughter, and she's this little ball of sunshine. She hops on and hi, I'm so happy I got out early from Friday school and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. So of course I can't be, I wanted to be like, oh, do you know that little girl? Do you know the mother of that kid? Just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
But
just, it was
they're
not good.
amazing. Those kids are amazing, and we picked them up. We took them home, and on the way home, back home to our home, you know, Doodles, you want to say? You want to tell them what you said to me?
Up, up.
Do you remember?
Oh, the
Or
little,
wise
the.
one?
Okay. So once we dropped off the kids and we were heading back home, I started thinking and I decided to share this thought with mom. And I had to start off with, okay, I know you're not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say,
I tuned her out that morning.
but but I feel like this needs to be said. And I ended up telling her if she remembers how powerful she is, because I know how powerful I am, and I know how powerful you are, Musica. And what tends to happen when mom figures something out? Like, God, I don't even know how I worded it so well when we were in the car.
Basically, I make shit happen. So if I'm thinking of the bad stuff, bad stuff's happening.
Yeah, I said it more eloquently than that, but yeah.
I don't know. I
But
heard it as blah blah blah. I'm just kidding.
basically, I was saying that we all tend to conjure things, I guess. But like things happen. Like one thing that I always fall back on is like when we were, whenever we would go to any store and it's like there's a parking spot already there for us. It's waiting for us, and every time we would go to the store, right in front of the doors, we would have a parking spot. Never failed.
Hmm.
So in that sense, I know when we think of anything positive, it happens. However, anything we think negatively, it happens. And since mom has been in this funk of every time she leaves the house, just shit happens. I can count. I haven't left the house much either. I've been a hermit as well. I've been in this cocoon with her. But the times that I have left, I haven't had any issues. So that should tell you something.
Oh, well, lucky you.
I'm
Good
just
for
saying.
you.
Yeah, for me, honestly, it depends on the days and people and moods. Honestly, there's days that I don't want to. Trust me, that like I think back to like I do miss again because like I'm so introverted that I really don't mind. Like again, I literally remember telling my wife when freaking COVID hit, and for the first 2.5 years, I was completely happy and chill. I was in my element, just staying home, relaxing, doing nothing. You know, like kind of like being an
Very
adult
happy.
cap.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's us right now.
yeah.
And I told her literally it wasn't until like half of the end of the third year that we're there, like pretty much getting ready almost to go home,
Hmm.
that that's when I was starting to get a little bit stir crazy. Like I was thinking like, uh, maybe I should go out and walk or like stretch or something. And then it's funny too because then I remember looking at her. He's like, "Do I have to talk to people though if I go out?" It's like possibly. It's like I could stick it out then. I could do it. Like honestly, like I've proven that if I want to, I probably can literally go out for years with little to no human contact. It's probably just like talking with my inner circle every once in a while, and then yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. I think for me, it probably started around COVID, and just the energy out there is really, really heavy. So just you guys try to be nice to each other. That's all I'm saying, because we're all going through it, you know. But
Hmm.
anyway, that was my. We got home around 2, and it felt like it had been such a long day for me. Like that's how much the energy out there had weighed. I mean, I literally took a nap
Yep.
earlier, and I never take naps, never.
For real.
Mm,
I don't think I've. The only time I really see you nap is whenever it's like that. Whenever you had a long, long day.
yeah. Whew, okay, you guys. So that was the my little craziness of today.
A little ranch for today.
But I want to get into something with you guys. I want to this is the part where earlier I was laughing and I kept saying like, "Oh my god, this is me being totally immature." I just want to say. So, I want to talk about a Mexican singer-songwriter. His name is Carin Leon, and he specializes in regional Mexican music. Okay?
Hmm.
And I first heard him God, the first time I heard him it wasn't that long ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Um, and I like the way he sings, and your dad likes the way he sings. Like, we for the most part, and
Hmm.
but the other day, I found this TikTok of this new song that it came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this song. And then as I heard it, I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so you guys look it up. Karin Leon de Compas. This song, I'm gonna translate to you the chorus section. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you in Spanish. It says, "De compas, te invito a quedarte conmigo esta noche después de unas copas." And it means, as a friend, I invite you to stay with me tonight. Oh, by the way, you know that in Spanish there's a masculine and the feminine nouns and
Abbreviations.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? You know that? Okay, so this song, it's he's singing it. It's Karin Leon, and he's singing it to a friend, to a guy friend. Okay, and so it says, "As a friend, I invite you to stay with me tonight after a few drinks." And then it says, "Y en el paraíso andamos perdidos los dos en pelotas. And in paradise we'll both be lost naked. Y que en la
Okay.
mañana, cuando despertamos, no hallamos la ropa. De compas, voy a confesarte que quiero pegarle un besito a esa boca. And when we wake up in the morning, we won't find our clothes. As a friend, I'm going to confess to you that I want to give that mouth a kiss." And I'm going to continue just a little bit more. Y aunque los amigos deben respetarse, también se me antoja hacerte de todo, aunque frente a todos seamos otra cosa. And that means, and although friends should respect each other, I also feel like doing everything to you, even though in front of everyone, we're something else. This is like the biggest, gayest anthem ever, you guys. Like, here's the thing, and oh God, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me with what I'm feeling. Because, like, first of all, I love the way this guy sings, and the way he sings, like, it's a really romantic song.
Hmm.
But everyone has made parodies of it. Everyone is like, because it's a guy singing this to another guy.
Hmm.
And then the wording, it just sounds so much funnier in Spanish that he's like, hey, and it even starts off with, the song starts with, hola bebé, like, hey baby. Like, that's literally how the song starts.
Oh my god.
And then he's singing, right? And there have been so many parodies, you guys. So many. Like, because, like, I love this. Like, La Raza, like, usually you have this image of, like, oh my god, like, people are so homophobic. Oh my god. The parodies, people are rolling with this. There's, like, these big macho construction guys, and then they play the song de compas, and then another construction guy comes behind him, and, like, he's working, like, with the jackhammer, and then the guy wraps his arms around him. I didn't know if your dad had heard it, and so your dad got home, and I was like, oh my god, you heard this song? He's like, oh, I kind of heard a little bit. Like, what, Karim's gay now? And I'm like, I don't think so, because he said that he's not. And then I tell your dad, like, he has a girlfriend. He's like, so Ricky Martin had a girlfriend too. And I'm like, God damn it, you got me there.
Can't argue with
But
those
anyways,
facts.
so then we start listening and we watch the video because we haven't seen the video. The video is just him sitting, like, I don't know if it's a recording studio, like a small intimate bar type of thing. And it's just him sitting and singing, and then like the people like with the guitar, like the guitars or whatever, they're playing along with him. That's all the video. But we're watching the video and we're listening to it, and it's because it's so intimate. It's so, and it's such a romantic. Honestly, I think it's such a romantic um song. It's just strange because it's a man singing it to another man in Spanish, and it's just so weird. And so everybody has taken off about it. I don't know how to feel because I love the song, but yet I also giggle like a stupid schoolgirl. So like, what the heck? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you think he's gay or? Yeah, okay, I'll tell you my thoughts about that, but I want to know what do you guys think? Because for all he has come out like he's not gay. At least that's
So he
what his side.
says.
Like,
Right. Well, honestly, to me, the song does kind of sound a little bit like a secret love confession.
oh, it is 100%. That's what it is.
No, yeah, and to me, it's like, okay, well, first of all, if that was the case, like, he wouldn't be the first one because honestly, like, there's so many singers, actors, models, like, anybody in the celebrities industry who has everyone thought, like, oh, has been straight or act straight the most, like, comes down and says, like, hey, guess what? And especially, like, for, like, the Hispanic culture and everything, like, again, like, yes, it has become more accepting and stuff like that, but again, like, older generation still, especially like the way like hip hop was raised and taught and everything, I'm pretty sure it's still stuck in the whole mindset of like, oh, I shouldn't because like I have to act all like macho and stuff like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you think that he's closeted? Like you think he is gay?
I think it's positive. It sounds like it, yeah.
I mean, it could be one of those he could be gay for one guy. Doesn't that
Hmm.
supposedly happen or something?
Okay, so he's
he
35.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, for some reason I thought he was around my age. I thought he was Gen X, but it looks like he's an elder millennial. So I want to say I don't, I think I'm very optimistic, right? I don't think that he's gay, okay? It doesn't matter to me. If he's gay, then good for him, like, be happy. I don't think he's gay. To me, this looks like it's someone who is comfortable with his sexuality. Whether, like I said, I don't think he's gay, but it's kind of like me, right? If I was to sing a song that is from a woman to another woman, but I like the song and I have a good voice, like, I'm gonna sing it and I'm okay with my sexuality. And if I'm okay, because it doesn't seem to have bothered him, because they have done memes. There's another singer, a singer-songwriter. His name is Espinosa Paz, and they have actually made memes of them together. Like if he's singing to him, like it's AI generated, and it looks so real, and it looks like they're kissing and everything. And he has come out, and they have both joked around about it. Like they're like, yeah, so like, so I feel that it's someone who's comfortable and no, comfortable is not the word. What is that? We were just talking about this last night, Noodles. Confident. Like I feel like he's
Mm-hmm.
very confident with his sexuality enough to say, "Hey, I like the song. I'm gonna sing the shit out of it, and who cares? It's a gay anthem. Like that's fine."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. So far, I haven't really looked too much into it, so I don't know really. Oh, he's a Leo. Just July 26th. But I don't know if people how. I mean, I'm just going by what I'm seeing on TikTok, and in TikTok so far, it's gone viral. Like again, look it up. De compas. If you just put up there de compas, DE, and then the second word COMPAS,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see so many, Mexican Hispanic guys doing these things, and I think it's awesome. Like because I was showing it, and even like your dad, like right, like he was laughing, like
Oh
oh my
yeah.
god, he kept going, oh my god. But I told your dad, I'm like, but I like the song, like, and your dad was like, yeah, no, it is, it's a good song.
I mean, it is a
So
good song. You've been listening on to it repeat, so.
And it is so fucking it's because it's so romantic, but it is very explicit. Like the part where he's like, and then my favorite meme or my favorite TikTok that I've seen is where supposedly it's him, he's singing, and the guitarist is right next to him, and he's playing, and so he starts like, like when he starts saying like, we will be naked and we won't find our clothes, like. The guitarist looks all nervous and starts inching away, like, no, no, not me. Like, what? And
Oh
I don't know.
god.
It's funny. I think,
It's,
again, maybe me being optimistic, I want to see it in a I think this is good.
I like the song.
Yeah.
It's a good song. And I mean, clearly a lot of other people like it too.
Yeah. This guy has, oh my God, I love his voice. I love, and he gets criticized a lot because when he sings, he does this thing with his lip where he kind of like lifts it up. Think of like what Elvis used to do, but like his is like more exaggerated. So a lot of times, like they've made fun of him in the past. I've seen that. But oh my God, like he sings so good. I wanted to read to you guys the comments. These are the comments from this TikTok, the one that I'm telling you that it's the guy and the guitarist. It's a TikToker Lennox,
Okay.
but Lennox underscore three. And so the comments on this right is man made a song for the bros. Somebody else put this is Diddy's new jam. And then someone is like, the guitarist is like, who is we? Who is compas? I'm out. And then somebody put, hold on. Run, compas, run.
Holy.
uh, I'm trying to look for the one that I told you about. Oh, because his last name is Leon. That means lion in Spanish. And somebody put like, damn, Carin went from Carin Leon to Leona. Like from lion to lioness. That's right. Again, I'm a 12-year-old kid. Leave me alone.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah. All right, we can move on from this now.
What are we
This is
smoking?
called, huh?
What are we smoking?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Noodles. This is a combination of, and I need to turn on the light because it's so dark here. That's not the name of it.
It's a long
Um,
ass name.
Irish Cannonball and Blue Dream. It's a sativa, and it has a THC of 25.1%. That's a really high THC, by the way.
Hmm.
For those of you that don't know, and it's good and bad. The good part is that it gives you a high right away, but the bad part is that it doesn't last that long. Yeah, that's
Like I don't,
our strain of the day.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it either.
Yeah, it's not one of the best, honestly.
But I think it's because of that, because it is a high THC, so it doesn't last. The high doesn't last.
All right, so and now I'm thinking about MKUltra. MKUltra means mind control. Okay, so I've talked about this for years, right? We've talked about the whole mind control stuff.
Mhm.
But today I came across another TikTok with Raven Simone. Do you guys
Yes, I know who that
remember
is.
or do you guys know who Raven Simone is?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Like
Witchy?
the actress in That's So Raven.
Yep.
Exactly. Okay.
I think it's cool that they even used her name for that.
Yeah. No, yeah, for real. Okay. So Raven Simone is an actress. Um, her real name is Christina Perman, but she's gone as Raven. I've known her as Raven Simone
Mhm.
since back in 1984
Like in your
with the
day.
Cosby Show was on. I don't know what year she was in, but she was in like the last seasons of the Cosby Show back in the 80s. And she was little. She was this tiny little, the cutest thing ever. I think she was like 3 or 4. I don't know. Anyways, so I came across this TikTok where people have asked her, "What do you remember? What do you remember? What are your memories of you being in the Cosby Show?" And I've seen her say this many times before, but again, I don't know why. Today it caught my attention. And she's basically saying, I have no memory of that. She said, I think she says that she remembers smells. And there's two things that there's one of the actors, he played the husband of one of Bill Cosby's daughters. Her name was Sandra, and he played the husband.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his name. I'll look it up right now. But she says that she has very she just remembers having fun. Like he's like somebody friendly that she just remembers that. Like that's but she didn't go into specifics. She just says that whenever she sees him or sees pictures of him, she just knows that she has this really good feeling that, and she says that
Hmm.
she doesn't know why, that maybe that she feels that maybe he protected her or was really nice to her because that's the feeling that she gets.
Yeah.
And the second memory that she says, and this is according to this TikTok that I saw of her in the interview, is that she says that she remembers there was this like staircase right before they taped the live shows, and that she would stand there, and she remembers standing there, and she would put her hand on the banister, and she remembers she would be feeling it. But that the moment that it was like showtime and she had to go out there, that her mind goes blank. And so the video obviously is talking about that is very normal for people that have been mind controlled, who have been, that they alter with your memory. So, like, for some reason, she just does not have access to these memories. And I just find that so interesting because this isn't the first time that I've seen her talk about, and I don't think I've ever seen her talk about like mind control or anything like that, but where they've asked her. Now, people might say, well, she was too young. Let me see how old she was while she was doing. But she says that she remembers that to her it was always a job. Like she knew it was a job.
Yeah.
Her parents, like she even says in that interview, like her parents were grinding it. Like they were like, hey, this isn't like, yes, you can have fun, but it's a job. Like she knew what she was there for.
Hmm.
But do you guys think that that is possible? Like, what do you guys think about that? And I'm thinking specifically about her situation.
I don't know, because if I'm thinking if she had a good time on the show, she would have some memories. No,
Right?
versus if they weren't good at all, I can see where she'd block it out because that's like a trauma response that some people have. That if it wasn't good or very traumatic, they'd block it out.
Right.
So I would think that that would be a reason, but the way that she makes it sound, it doesn't sound like it was bad.
Mhm.
So that's kind of that's weird for her not to remember.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I may have to agree with that a little bit, but you also gotta remember like different traumas are like so many different situations, especially again like in that time and era compared to like a lot of older child actors again like with Raven Simone, the twins of the Sprouse twins and everything. They said like how the industry has changed so much from like when acting when they were young to new young actors to how they're being treated um compared to them. Like some of them
Mhm.
said like they remember they had to work harder, they had to decide between school and regular life and all that other stuff. Like pretty much like having a childhood to like being made like, oh, you have to be like pretty much like an adult now and having to like pretty much do all these adult decisions.
Mhm.
And I can see how that goes to be very traumatic too, because like that's also like again you're forcing not even a young like you're forcing like a 5, 6 year old, you know, like not even 10 years old, 13, to like make do like pretty much act and behave like an adult around other grown ass adults that have gone through this already and to keep
Hmm.
up pace with them because if not that's like oh then you're slowing down, you're slowing them down, you gotta get kicked off now. That's like you're losing right there food for your mouth, you know.
Hmm.
But I can see like maybe like again like how she probably saw it probably more like mentally and emotionally draining and her body like is that her body and her mind are just like you know what I'll just take over autopilot. I'll autopilot for you, and you'll just chill whenever you can. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I guess that would make sense.
Demi Lovato has a documentary where she interviews a couple of child stars, and she's one of them that she interviews. And I do remember that she didn't say much. Raven, I remember in that documentary, she was one of the ones that didn't really say much. But
Hmm.
one of the things that all of them said, all of them, and I'm talking about, she spoke with Drew Barrymore, who I feel that Drew Barrymore, you guys know who Shirley Temple is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like Drew Barrymore is the Shirley Temple of this generation. And I know she's from my generation, but I feel like she's one of them. You know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah.
one of the child kid stars. She started really young. Anyway, Demi interviewed her. She interviewed Raven Simone. Who else did she interview? She interviewed different. Oh,
Um,
Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci. I don't know if you guys remember her. She did Wednesday from the movies, the Addams Family, the two movies with Angelica Houston.
yeah.
And I know it's Keenan. I think Keenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live, who he was in All That and
Yes, he
Keenan
came
and
on.
Kel. And one of the things that they all said, including Demi, was how hard they worked them. So I think you're right, and like I think some of it is you're right on what you're saying because
It was
I
stress
just said
induced.
like, hey, I don't know how people are doing it right now. 'Cause I know I couldn't, and I know that when it's kids, like it's even worse on the kids. You know, they make them work while they're sick, while they're and it's extensive hours because in their mind, in all of our minds, oh, kids have so much energy, you know.
Hmm.
So
But
I
they
don't
get
know.
paid
I
for it
just
too.
thought it was interesting, and I wanted to know your thoughts about that. So thank you,
Hmm.
ladies, for participating. Ooh, what's that smell?
Yeah. Normally it smells like weed in here.
Oh, it's my new scented candles.
You mean those coffee mugs?
Yep, it's my homemade candle in a mug. You light them up, and once they finish, all you gotta do is clean them out and reuse the mugs.
No way. Hey, where can I get one?
So for now, all you gotta do is shoot a direct message here on YouTube or to my email, vtdesigns@myyahoo.com, and just tell me your name, the design you want, and where I'll be sending them to.
Wait, what are those things in the jars? They smell amazing.
Oh, those are for the ones who prefer scented wax melts than candles. They come with 4 different scents.
And let me guess, once you finish all the melt, you can reuse the jars for other stuff?
You got it. Order your very own candle in a mug or your very own scented wax melts in a jar.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. I'm Mita,
I'm Musica.
And I'm Noodles.
and we're bluntly talking. Bye.
Bye!
See you laters.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and follow us on our other social media.